EP5 The Second Corpse. Chapter 1 The Corpse on the Riverbank. Before dawn, the riverbank was already crowded with people. Last night's heavy rain had washed away the riverbank and also washed up a corpse. When Lin Jue arrived, the constables had already cordoned off the area. The deceased was a man in his 40s, dressed plainly, his hands covered in thick calluses, clearly from long-term manual labor. Most strangely, his hands were bound behind his back, the knot of the rope exactly the same as that of the first corpse. The ligature marks on his neck were of uniform depth, as if someone had deliberately repeated the same method of murder. Lin Jue crouched down and gently rolled up the deceased's sleeve. On the inside of his wrist, there was a faint old scar. He remembered. A few days ago, when checking the list of craftsmen, he had seen this man's name. He had participated in the irrigation canal project. Lin Jue's heart sank. This was no longer a random killing. It was the elimination of those who knew the truth. Just then, an old woman suddenly rushed towards the corpse, sobbing uncontrollably. He kept saying he couldn't stay silent any longer. But before she could finish, two strangers forcibly dragged her away. No one in the crowd dared to utter a sound. For the first time, Lin Jue felt that fear had spread throughout the entire county. Chapter 2 The Last Words Left by the Deceased. Lin Jue arrived at the deceased's house. The furnishings were simple, but very clean. The deceased's son handed him an old cloth bag. "This is what my father instructed before he died. If anything happened to him, give it to someone who knows medicine." There was no gold or silver in the bag. Only a yellowed piece of paper and half a wooden plaque. On the paper was only a fragmented sentence. The account book wasn't burned, the rest of the words had been torn off. The grain on the half-wooden plaque was almost identical to the one that appeared in EP1, only the edges looked like they had been forcibly broken off. Lin Jue carefully examined the wooden plaque and discovered that the broken half could still be pieced back together. In other words, the other half of the plaque was still in someone else's possession. He suddenly realized that the wooden plaque wasn't an ordinary communication object, but a key. Only by piecing it back together could it point to the true secret. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for watching. We continue to the next chapter. Chapter 3 Tracking in the Dark. That night, Lin Jue received an unsigned note. Midnight, Dongjia Old Bridge, one person comes. He didn't tell anyone. At midnight, the moonlight was pale. Under the Dongjia Old Bridge, the water flowed slowly. A figure wearing a straw hat stood in the middle of the bridge. He whispered, "You investigated too quickly." Just as Lin Jue was about to approach, footsteps suddenly sounded all around. Several men in black rushed out of the woods. The man in the straw hat took advantage of the chaos to throw something at Lin Jue. The next moment, a crossbow bolt pierced the air. The man in the straw hat was shot in the chest and fell into the river, instantly swallowed by the swift current. Lin Jue couldn't save him in time. He could only grab onto something thrown to him. It was a bronze seal. Engraved on the bottom of the seal were 4 small characters. Riverworks Register. He finally understood that what was truly important wasn't just an account book. There was also a secret register that had never entered the county government archives. And the reason the man in black was chasing the man in the straw hat was to prevent it from seeing the light of day again. Chapter 4 The True Hunter and the Prey. The next day, the clerk came to the clinic. He didn't mention the events of the previous night. He simply smiled and placed down a box of expensive medicinal herbs. "Mr. Lin, saving lives is a good thing. But some illnesses cannot be cured." Lin Jue looked at him calmly. "Some truths cannot be hidden." The clerk smiled, without arguing. Before leaving, he said meaningfully, "Do you know why hunters never rush to chase their prey? Because the prey will always walk into the trap itself." After the clerk left, Lin Jue opened the medicine box. Underneath the herbs was a small note. The note contained only one sentence. "Next time, it won't be the witness who dies." Lin Jue slowly put the note away. He knew that the other side had changed their strategy. They were no longer just destroying evidence, but preparing to directly target the investigators. He looked up towards the county government office. Morning mist shrouded the entire city. The real battle was drawing ever closer. EP5-EN, to be continued. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for watching. The next episode will move into EP6, The Altered Records. When Lin Jue prepares to examine the seal closely, he discovers a finely rolled-up piece of paper hidden inside, bearing only a chilling sentence. The real ledgers are never in the county government office. This sentence will directly lead into EP6, the altered records. Lin Jue will discover that not only are the ledgers hidden, but the entire county's official records have been systematically and long-term altered, revealing a conspiracy that has lasted for many years.